Okay, whatever. No, that's fine. I'll take it. I don't have much to say. Nice. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. Kalakantha Prabhu just asked me to say a few words about second initiation. So I had to say yes, even though I don't have so much to say. But I would like to start by congratulating all the devotees who are getting initiated today. Prabhupada said this is, it isn't, it's the start of the process. It isn't like this is an event that happens and then nothing beyond that. But actually, the significance of initiation is that the process of your spiritual life is actually starting now. So it's a very wonderful time. And second initiation is, it's kind of an important marker in the life of a devotee. It kind of signifies, a person who's been chanting Hare Krishna for some time and they're beginning to develop Brahminical qualities like cleanliness and punctuality and real caring about their devotional service, humility and austerity. So that's the time when we look to the devotee and see if they can deepen their service to Krishna by taking the Gayatri mantra in addition to the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and they can begin now serving the deity form of Krishna, because without the second initiation, one can't serve the deity. And serving the deity is a furthering of your, your attachment to Krishna as a person, and it's very powerful. So we are always very thrilled when devotees take second initiation, although I always, when people ask me, I say second initiation means more service. So is that something you're willing to commit to? Because it's not just, great, now I got this mantra, I'm a Brahmin now. It doesn't really work like that. You have to be really determined to have more service in your life. This is a really beautiful book Satchidananda Swami wrote called the Gayatri Book. And it's all about the process of Diksha. That's the initiation process. We're in a sampradaya where Diksha is our process. So although anyone can chant Hare Krishna, just like we go on the Harinam and we give the Hare Krishna chanting to so many people, but being initiated into this sampradaya, into Prabhupada's line, is our process of getting it, developing our Krishna consciousness, becoming a devotee. So this is the furthering of the Diksha process by committing to the spiritual master who gives you this mantra and then instructs you further in your spiritual life. So I think you're all very fortunate, and we're so happy to have our community growing in this way. And I wish you all blessings in your journey getting closer to Krishna, and I hope you all increase your service more and more. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. And thanks, Mukhya Prabhu and the devotees here in New Ramanreti for hosting us. Our dear godbrother, late godbrother Vishnu John Swami once gave an example, interesting example. He said, imagine the Atlantic Ocean, and in that ocean there's one turtle. And floating on the top of that ocean there's one piece of wood with a knothole in it. The chance for a living entity to connect with Krishna through the disciplic succession is the same chance as that turtle surfacing and putting his head through the knothole. It is manusyanam sahasreshu. It is a rare, rare person who has the interest and the fortune of pursuing spiritual life in a deep and serious way. Brahmande brahmate konya bhagyavan jiva. A very fortunate bhagyavan person is, after going through so many experiences in this world, Guru Krishna Prasadi by Kripa Bhai, Bhakti Lata Bij, that the fortunate person comes in touch with Krishna through the method of disciplic succession. So disciplic succession is like the mango pickers in India. The ripest, sweetest mangoes grow on the top of the tree. So skilled climbers go up to the top and then just below and just below. So the ripest mangoes are passed down from hand to hand. Nobody takes a bite on the way, and then they get to the bottom and they're sweet and succulent. So in the same way, the teachings, the pure teachings of Bhagavad Gita and Krishna consciousness come in an unbroken chain of teachers. And the only qualification of the teacher is like that of a postman. A good postman or post office delivery person will give the letters unopened. In America, we're very used to that. In India, it's a different thing. They will inspect just to be sure there's no money in there. But the postman delivers and doesn't add, doesn't subtract, just provides that service for the sender and for the recipient. So the sender in this case is Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, teaching us how the practical techniques of spiritual life. And the delivery system is just to be the transparent via medium. So those especially who are taking the second initiation today, this is another one of the responsibilities and the increased services that Mukhya Prabhu mentioned, that you become eligible to really teach others. Srila Prabhupada said second initiation means competent Vaishnava. And all we are doing here today and all we pray for in terms of your success and your blessings is that you can be living your life happily in Krishna consciousness. Live and die happily in Krishna consciousness. Sometimes people say that Hare Krishna devotees are particularly good at two things: cooking and dying. Hopefully they're not connected. Cooking, we all know, the kitchen religion. But the point of spiritual life is to actually be prepared for the final exam that we all face, so that we can understand the permanent nature of the spirit that inhabits our bodies, that animates our bodies. It is not something that's created by any chemical combination. Otherwise, science would have done it long ago. It is a divine entity, a divine spark that comes from our Creator. And as such, we have a connection with our Creator. And yoga, spiritual life, simply means to reestablish that connection. Not try to separate, but try to reconnect. So now, after many years of practicing, you're all here. The simple way to avoid problems on the spiritual path is to chant the holy names of God. A simple non-sectarian process. We chant Hare Krishna, but any name of God will have the same effect. And then to do so in a way that is not offensive to that sacred divine sound. So there are 10 offenses to the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, the holy names of God, that traditionally Srila Prabhupada would speak about on this day. So I'd like to cover them very, very quickly. The first offense is to blaspheme devotees, to criticize those who dedicated their lives to the spiritual path. We understand what that means, to criticize, but it's also offensive to listen to criticism and not say something about it. If you hear somebody criticizing, then you have to say something nice about the person being criticized, or else just go away. But don't stay and listen to it. And if we're angry at somebody, we need to discuss that not with just anyone and everyone, but with someone who can help us overcome the anger that we're feeling, because that's our problem. It's not the other person's problem that we're angry at. It's our problem. So this is how to avoid the first offense of criticizing devotees. The second offense is to consider the names of God to be equal to those of the demigods. The Ekala Ishwar Krishna Arasa Vyabrita. Krishna plays the tune and all others dance. The third offense is to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. The order of the spiritual master is principally what we're going to take vows. Our first initiates today are taking lifetime vows to do. That is, follow 4 regular principles and chant 16 rounds every day. Beyond that, there are specific instructions for each individual. They may be very simple, they may be very general, and they are not necessarily determining everything in your life. They can be quite individual. Srila Prabhupada was once speaking with two sannyasi disciples who were sitting in front of him at his desk. And he said to one, "Why are you hanging around Vrindavan here? Sannyas means traveling. You should go out and be traveling and teaching Krishna consciousness." Then he turned to the other, "And you stay here and manage Vrindavan." So the orders of the spiritual master may be different for different individuals. But the main thing this offense means is to break the principles that you're taking vows to follow. If we're having difficulty, it's again very important to have mentors in our life with whom we can discuss our questions. The fourth offense is to criticize spiritual literature, and this is applicable to all scriptures of the world. For me, being raised in the Christian faith, to learn about Bhagavad Gita gave me so many new insights on the Bible and deepened my appreciation manyfold. So all genuine spiritual literature is meant to elevate, and therefore it should be treated with reverence and respect. The fifth offense is to consider the benefits of chanting to be imagination. That is to think that chanting makes you brainwashed, or chanting is something that is just a mindless ritual. Actually, chanting is meant to come from the heart, like the genuine cry of a child for its mother. And in that depth of our realization, when we're actually calling out to our Creator, calling through all the layers of ego and all the layers of suffering that we go through in this world, calling from the core of our heart, on our hands and knees, praying, this is the proper mood for chanting. And then it has these miraculous effects of lifting us above the phrase of pain and suffering in this world. The sixth offense is to give some interpretation on the name. The famous poet Allen Ginsberg excuse me, was interviewed in the New York Times about the chanting, which he enjoyed. He said, "Yes, by chanting you are automatically performing yoga practice by taking breaths in between the chanting. In this way, giving some mundane interpretation. Chanting is much deeper than that." The seventh offense is considered the worst offense, and that is to, after having taken vows, to avoid activities which are contradictory to spiritual life and cannot be offered to God. After doing so, then to commit those activities. This is why we like to have initiations in a public way. I was once returning from India and sat next to a young couple who had just gone to India to be married, an Indian couple living in America. And there were about 4,000 people at the wedding. You know this, right? And so the young man was saying, "Now I know why they have such big weddings in India." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because you'd never want to do this again." So it's meant to be a very essential turning point in one's life. It's known as a samskar, where you take these vows. And therefore, we treat them with great respect. Srila Prabhupada once said that he could have millions of followers if he simply removed these four regulative principles. So the eighth offense is, yes, to think that chanting is a good way to make money. Unless you're Chaturatma, you can't make any money at this. Yes, you get paid with all of our blessings, which we do. We appreciate very much. You know, the contemporary idea of faith in the West is that if you're faithful, then you'll be prosperous. And that may or may not be the case. And in the Vedic tradition, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "Ashlishyava padaratam panashtimam." God may be nice to us materially, or he may make us suffer materially. That's his call. Our devotion to him is irrespective of those external considerations. Once a disciple asked Srila Prabhupada for his blessing so he could go live at Radhakund and chant 192 rounds a day. He said, because this is the only way to get prema. And And Prabhupada said that chanting is karma kanda. It is simply fruitive activity, because Krishna is never obliged to give love to his devotee. Krishna reciprocates with the love the devotee has, not the mechanical process of chanting. So it's not that our chanting is like putting a quarter in the Krishna machine and Krishna is obliged to come out. No. The ninth offense is to bend the ear of people who are not interested. People don't really care what we know until they know that we care. So it is first and foremost the duty, especially for the second initiates, to understand that this is a personalist movement. And if we're genuinely interested in other people, they'll naturally be interested in what we're doing and what we have to say. So if people are, of course, we love to take all of our friends and family with us on our spiritual journey. And many of our friends and families are here today for this auspicious occasion, which we're very grateful for. But they may or may not have an interest. And so to just pounce on them and give them all 12 cantos. This is actually an aparad. It detracts from our appreciation and our reverence for the tradition we represent. So let people drive your presentation. Let them tell you what they're interested to find out. And finally, the 10th offense is to maintain material attachments, even after understanding many instructions on this matter, or to be inattentive while chanting. These things happen concurrently. You can't really chant good rounds and check your email at the same time. Facebook, no, not even Facebook. So, by avoiding these offenses, we can live and die happily in spiritual life. And that is a wonderful, wonderful benediction. You know, Srila Prabhupada had 4,000 disciples, and there were about 4 billion people in the world at that time. So that means that Prabhupada's disciples were 1 in a million. Very fortunate people, like the turtle poking his head up. Now that concentration is probably more like 1 in 50,000 people in the world are followers of Srila Prabhupada. And that actually, although it doesn't look like a lot's happening, that's a tremendous amount of growth, isn't it? Since his departure 40 years ago. So you are now also part of this chain of teachers, mango passers, postmen. Please take what you're getting today. Take that love that you're receiving through Srila Prabhupada, through Lord Krishna, and give that love to others in your life. And that way you'll be happy and you'll make others happy as well. So this is the purpose of our ceremony today. And I again thank everyone for coming and blessing the occasion. Hare Krishna. Okay, so Chaturama Prabhu has suggested we just take a moment. I'd like to introduce the initiates here real briefly. We actually have 6 devotees here who are taking the second initiation and receiving the sacred Gayatri mantra. They're representing, 4 or 5 different spiritual masters. And that's one of the beautiful things about Krishna House. We have about 15 different spiritual masters represented in our community. And yet everybody is working together very harmoniously in service to Krishna. So this Adisham Prabhu is a disciple of Naranjan Maharaj, and he's from Belarus. He's our general manager at Krishna House, and he fixes things very nicely, and everybody loves him as a very sweet and steady devotee. Chitra Devi, a disciple of Guru Prasad Maharaj. Chitra Devi has been chanting for 12 years now and initiated for the last 8-9 years, first initiation, and she has an MBA and works as a manager here in Gainesville. She also helped us a lot in our temple in Gainesville as well as in Venezuela where she is from, so congratulations to you. Hari Priya is cheating. She already has her Gayatri mantra, but Radhanath Maharaj asked her to sit in the next available yajna, so She is a graduate of Krishna House and also St. Leo University, where she got her teaching degree, and she's now teaching here at the Bhaktivedanta Academy. How do you like it? Enjoying it? Thank you. Haribol. Suchitra Devi is a disciple of His Holiness Jan Ananda Maharaj, a very sweet devotee, and she is an attorney from Australia who is serving here in Gainesville, has been serving for the last couple of years after many years in England and Australia as well. And she's working in an accounting firm these days, and is also served at Krishna House as our Bhakti Academy leader, taking care of the young ladies. She's the wife of Rasaraj Prabhu, another one of our graduates. I didn't mention Chitra's husband, also Dinabandhu Prabhu, here, another one of our graduates. So these, after, again, how many years for you for chanting? 12, 13 years? 9 years since you were initiated. Since you started chanting. Okay, so very qualified devotee. Thank you. Haribol. Next is Kayani Devi. She is a disciple of Guru Prasad Maharaj, and she spent 7 years distributing books for Srila Prabhupada, and for the last 3 years has been serving at Krishna House in different capacities, and most recently as the ladies ashram leader, Bhakti Academy director, doing a wonderful job. Please give her your blessings. And Shruti Sagar Prabhu is a devotee who was a freshman at the University of Florida, who first met devotees there 10 years ago, and since then has completed his degree in political science and spent many years helping spread the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's presently serving as the assistant chaplain at the Krishna House, and after he gets his green card, we can tell you his real title. And Shruti Sagar is a very beloved devotee of Krishna, who is a dear friend of everyone, and we're grateful for his association, and congratulate him, please, on getting this second initiation. He is my faithful disciple, by the way. And now I'd like to introduce the first initiates, Bhaktin Shona. She is a very wonderful devotee who has an interesting story. I'll take a moment. So, about 11 years ago, she was about to be married to a man she had never met, as is the condition in the more cultured circles in India. And these arranged marriages tend to be very, very strong. So naturally, she had many questions about the young man. And her father said, well, he wears the neck beads, so I think he's all right. They didn't know anything about ISKCON. You had never met an ISKCON devotee, visited an ISKCON temple, but you're marrying this man from ISKCON. So when she came to Gainesville, she married her husband, Nanda Kumar Prabhu, who is another one of our Krishna House graduates, disciple of Radhanath Maharaj. And he introduced her to Krishna consciousness, and she quickly became more advanced than him. Oh, there it is. Actually. And finally, Bhakti Ritchie. Bhakti Ritchie is a graduate of the University of North Florida in psychology, and he was introduced to Krishna consciousness by our dear friends Lila Kishore and Amrita Kali Prabhu, over here. Ritchie he finished his degree while living at the Bhakti House in Jacksonville, and then has moved into the Krishna House there in Gainesville for the last year, roughly, and serving as the Bhakti Academy Men's Director. And Ritchie is a very friendly person, a very humorous person, who is also very dear to all the devotees. So congratulations on this auspicious occasion. Good. Now, Shairatma Prabhu, please.
We'll ask for the first step in our ceremony if the two first initiates will take their old neck beads off if they have them, and either way put the new neck beads on that are there in front of you. If you need assistance, someone can step forward and give you a hand with it. Everyone can nicely chant the Hare Krishna mantra.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna.
dog collar. Now we'd like to honor each of the initiates and give garlands to each of them. Continue chanting.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Shri Ram, Ram Ram.
Nice garlands, I'll say too. All right, now for the purification mantra. If each of the initiates will take the spoon from the cup of water in front of them, hold it in their left hand. Those of you who are getting your second initiation, Gayatri, I'm going to assume you know this, but we'll walk through it anyway. The first one. Take a spoonful of water, hold it in your left hand, and pour it into the palm of your right hand. Repeat after me. Om Keshavaya Namaha.
Om Keshavaya Namaha.
Drink that. Take one more spoonful, put it into the palm, rinse that. No, rinse it. Okay. Do again. Rinse the palm. There you go. Just like that. That's perfect. Okay, second time. Spoonful of water into the palm. Om Narayanaaya Namaha. Rinse the palm now. Throw that water down. Third time, water into the palm. Repeat after me. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Rinse that palm. Place the spoon back in the cup. And repeat after me. Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavashtam Gatopi Va Yasmaret Pundarikaksham Sabhaya Yantara Suchi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. If something's good, you do it 3 times. Let's repeat. Spoon in the left hand with water. Into the right palm, water. Repeat after me. Om Keshavaya Namaha.
Om Keshavaya Namaha.
Sip that. Rinse the palm. Okay. Second spoonful of water into the palm again. Repeat after me. Om Narayanaya Namaha.
Om Narayanaya Namaha.
Okay. Rinsing the palm again. Third palm of water. Into the palm, repeat after me. Om Madhavaya Namaha.
Om Madhavaya Namaha.
Drink that. Rinse the palm. Put the spoon back in the water. And repeat after me. Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavashtam Gatopi Va Yasmaret Pundarikaksham Sabhaya Yantara Suchi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. Our third and final time. First spoonful of water into the right palm. Om Keshavaya Namaha.
Om Keshavaya Namaha.
That. Rinse the palm. Second spoonful of water. Om Narayanaya Namaha.
Om Narayanaya Namaha.
Like that. Rinse the palm. And third time. Om Madhavaya Namaha.
Om Madhavaya Namaha.
Rinse the palm. Place the spoon back in the cup and set the cup off to the side of the plate. Repeat after me. Om Apavitro Pavitro Va Sarvavashtam Gatopi Va Yasmaret Pundarikaksham Sabhaya Yantara Suchi Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu Sri Vishnu. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This mantra is a very important mantra for purification. Purification generally is done by water. Add to that water the chanting of spiritual mantras. But even more important, that's the gross and the subtle. But the spiritual is to remember Pundarikaksham, that Lord who has eyes like a lotus flower. Because in this material world, whether one is pure or impure, doesn't really matter as long as one remembers Pundarikaksham. Because by remembering that lotus-eyed Lord, all conditions of life become purified. So water is important for cleaning ourselves. Mantra is important for purifying ourselves. Remembrance of the Lord is the most important. So these three together now make you qualified to perform this home. So we'll ask everyone to just chant a bit while we get the fire lit and started here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Om Agni Samudbhava Namaha. Namasanam Guru Parashadam Guru. Om Agni Samudbhava Namaha. Where did I put my glasses? Twice the day I've lost them. Om Purification Naradaya Swaha. Om Agneya Shri Kapila Devaya Swaha. Om Yameshi Yama Bhagavataya Swaha. Om Purnaricham Shri Vishma Devaya Swaha. Om Puricham Shri Sukadevaya Swaha. Om Muricham Sri Sarashivaya Swaha. Om Asham Shri Paladaya Swaha. Om Ujjam Shri Brahmane Swaha. Om Ajam Shri Bhavirajaya Swaha. Om Swastino Govinda Swastino Chutanaka. Swastino Vasudeva Vishnu Dharatu, Swastino Narayana Narovai, Swastina Padmanama Purushatamo Dharatu, Swastino Visvaksina Visveshwara, Swastino Rishikesho Haridharatu, Swastino Bhajante Yohari, Swastino Gyanasatahano Bhagavato Dharatu, Swasti, Swasti Sumangalakeshamahan, Sri Krishna Satchidandaganai Saveshwarishwaro Dharatu, Etat Bhajam, Om Agni Samudbhava Namaha, Idam Achmaniam Om Agni Samudbhava Namaha. Om Agni Samudbhava Namaha. Idam Puna Achmaniam Om Agni Samudbhava Namaha. Idam Puna Achmaniam Om Agni Samudbhava Namaha. You can continue chanting.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna.
Yeshadupam Agni Samudbhava Namaha. Yeshadupam Agni Samudbhava Namaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Prabhu Hanirudha Pavusya Yajam Prabhu Shri Yajapatim Bhagaya Pata Sababhutasta Ketapu Ketam Na Punatu Vagishya Vashyam Na Swaratu. Someone might ask, why a fire? Why not just take the vows and stand up in front of someone that's giving us that direction? Well, in all of the religious traditions of the world, we see that the fire is very important. as Kalakantha mentioned his Christian upbringing, and I have the same upbringing, we see in the Old Testament the fire is used many times to invoke the presence of God. Here we have the fire invoking the presence of Lord Vishnu, the maintainer of all living beings. And one then takes that vow before the fire, making offerings to the fire, solidifying that vow. And as he said, not just in one's own private circumstance, but in front of so many people, so that these vows that we take, they become very strong, they become very solid, and we have conviction and the assistance of others to help us when we happen to fall from that path or become weak. So this is the importance of this public ceremony here. This is the importance of how we do this. This is a tradition that's passed down for the last 5,000 years in taking vows before the public to show one's commitment, one's seriousness. So we're going to continue in that same tradition here. Om Bhuva Swaha Idam Vishnuvedam Namama. Om Bhuva Swaha Idam Chuchai Idam Namama. Om Swaha Swaha Idam Narayana Idam Namama. Om Bhuva Swaha Swaha Idam Ananta Idam Namama. This is a small fire. The fires that are traditionally used are the size of this entire group, and many Brahmins are making offerings at the same time. One last preliminary here. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Sinamaparami Swaha. Argyam Samarpayami Swaha. Pajam Samarpayami Swaha. Alachmaniyam Samarpayami Swaha. Snanam Amarpayami Swaha. Vashtam Samarpayami Swaha. Uttariyam Samarpayami Swaha. Upavitam Samarpayami Swaha. Alankaram Samarpayami Swaha. Gandham Samarpayami Swaha. Pushpam Samarpayami Swaha. Dupam Samarpayami Swaha. Deepam Samarpayami Swaha. Naivejam Samarpayami Swaha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
We use many different types of wood for this fire. Scented woods, cedar, different fruit woods and all. But any Yajna fire that has Tulsi burned, 1,000 times the benefit. So our first offering will be Tulsi into the fire. All right, so each time, where's our sound guy? All right, each time for the initiates here, we're going to repeat the mantras bit by bit. I'll say it, then you'll repeat it. When we come to the end, Swaha 3 times, you'll throw grains. Not by the handful, you throw like this. The 2 middle fingers and the thumb, just a little like that, all right? Okay. Om Ajnana Timarandasya Janam Janam Shalakaya Chaksu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Swaha 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 Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Tadamayam Dadati Swaparantikam Swaha 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 Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Varakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvarutam Harijanam Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakavitamscha Swaha 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 Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vristaya Bhutale Srimate Kalakantha Prabhu iti namane, swaha, 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 namah, om. Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prestaya, Bhutale, Srimate, Radhanath, Swamin, iti namane, swaha, 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 namah, om. Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prestaya, Bhutale, Srimati, Niranjana Jana, Swamin, Niranjana, Swamin, iti namane, swaha, 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 namah, om. Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prestaya, Bhutale, Srimate, Guru Prasad, Swamin, iti namane, swaha, 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 namah, om. Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prestaya, Bhutale, Srimate, Janananda, Goswamin, iti namane, swaha, 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 namah, om. Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prestaya, Bhutale, Srimate, Bhaktivedanta, Swamin, iti namane, Namaste, Saraswati Devi, Gaudavani, Pracharine, Nirvishesha, Sunyavadi, Bhaskatya, Deshatarine, Swaha, 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 Namah, Om. Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prestaya, Bhutale, Srimate, Bhaktisiddhanta, Saraswati, iti namane, Sri Varshabhanavi Devi, Dayitaya, Kripabadhe, Krishna Sambandha, Vijnana, Dahine, Prabhave Namaha, Madhuyojvala, Premadya, Shri Rupanuga, Bhaktida, Shri Gaura, Karuna Shakti, Vigrahaya, Namostute, Swaha, 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 Namo, Kishoraya, Sakshat Vairagya, Murtaye, Vipralamba, Tasambodhe, Padambujaya, Te Namaha, Swaha, 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 Namo, Bhaktivinodaya, Satchidananda, Namine, Gaura Shakti, Swarupaya, Rupanuga, Variety, Swaha, Gauravir Bhava, Bhumistvam, Nirdishta, Satchanapriya, Vaishnava, Sarvabhauma Sri, Jagannataya, Te Namaha, Swaha, Swaha, Vanchakalpa, Karubhyascha, Kripa Sindhu, Vahevacha, Patitanam, Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha, Swaha, Swaha, Namo Maha, Varanaya,
Krishna Prema
Krishna Prema
Pradayate
Pradayate
Krishnaya
Krishnaya
Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya Namne
Gaura
Gaura
Tvishe Namaha
Tvishe Namah
Swaha
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 Swaha Pancha
Mancha
Tattvamakam
Tatvatmakam
Krishnam
Krishnam
Bhaktarupam
Bhaktirupam
Swarupakam
Swarupakam
Bhaktavataram
Bhaktavataram
Bhaktyayam
Bhaktayam
Namami
Namami
Bhakti Shaktikam
Bhakti Shaktikam
Swaha
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 Swaha Swaha
Hey Krishna
Hey Krishna
Karuna Sindhu
Karuna Sindhu
Deenabandhu
Dinabandhu
Jagatpati
Jagatpate
Gopesha
Gopesha
Gopesha Kanta
Gopesha Kanta
Radha
Radha
Kanta Namostute
Kanta Namostute
Swaha
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 Jayatam
Jayatam
Surato
Surato
Angor
Angor
Mama
Mama
Mandir
Mandir
Matir
Matir
Gati
Gati
Matsavashya
Matsavasya
Padambojo
Padambojo
Radha
Radha
Madana Mohano
Manamohano
Swaha
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 Divya
Divya
Brindaranya
Brindaranya
Kalpa
Kalpa
Trimudha
Trumudha
Shrimad
Srimad
Ratnagara
Ratnagara
Simhasanasto
Sinhasanasta
Srimad
Srimad
Radha
Radha
Srila Govinda Devo
Srila Govinda Devo
Kristalavi
Kristalavi
Sevyamano
Sevyamano
Smarami
Smarami
Swaha
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 Sriman
Srimad
Rasasambi
Rasarasarapi
Vamsivata
Vamsivata
Tatastita
Tatastita
Harshan
Harshan
Venusvanayar
Venusvanaya
Gopir
Gopir
Gopinata
Gopinata
Shriyestuna
Shriyestuna
Swaha
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 Tapta Kanchana
Tata Kanchana
Gaurangi
Gaurangi
Radhe
Radhe
Vrindavaneshwari
Vrindavaneshwari
Rishabhanu
Rishabhanu
Sute Devi
Sute Devi
Pranamami
Pranamami
Hari Prihe
Hari Priye
Swaha
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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Sri Advaita
Sri Advaita
Gadadhar
Gadadhar
Sri Vasari
Shivasari
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Swaha
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 Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Swaha
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 Om Bhur Swahairam Vishnuhiram Namama Om Bhuva Swahairam Shushairam Namama Om Swaha Swahairam Narayanairam Namama Om Bhuva Swaha Swahairam Anantairam Namama. This next group of mantras is the request for the blessings of all the Vaishnavas throughout history. When this was done for the initiation, Sachinandana Swami was overseeing. He came to me afterwards. He said, "This was so nice. 5,000 years of blessings coming to the disciples." So we're invoking in the same way. It runs a bit quicker. And so just everyone pay close attention. All right, we ready? Sri Radha Shamasundaya Swaha. We'll just do the Swaha. When it says Swaha, you throw in. We won't repeat it. Okay. Om Radha Shamasundaya Swaha. Om Vishvakshanaya Swaha. Om Sanaka Sananda Sanat Kamarabhyo Swaha. Om Kavaye Swaha. Om Havaye Swaha. Om Antarikshaya Svaha, Om Prabhudaya Svaha, Om Pipalanaya Svaha, Om Avihotraya Svaha, Om Junilaya Svaha, Om Chamasaya Svaha, Om Karabojanaya Svaha, Om Naradaya Svaha, Om Kapilaya Svaha, Om Yamabhagavataya Svaha, Om Bhishmadevaya Svaha, Om Sukadevaya Svaha, Om Janakaya Svaha, Om Praladaya Svaha, Om Brahmane Svaha, Om Balirajaya Svaha, Om Swayambhuvaya Svaha, Om Garudaya Svaha, Om Hanumate Svaha, Om Ambarishaya Svaha, Om Vyasudevaya Svaha, Om Udavahaya Svaha, Om Yudhishthiraya Svaha, Om Bhimaya Svaha, Om Arjunaya Svaha, Om Nakulaya Svaha, Om Sahadevaya Svaha, Om Viduraya Svaha, Om Vishnurataya Svaha, Om Vibhishanaya Svaha, Om Sri Krishna Chaitanyaya Svaha, Om Sri Nityanandaya Svaha, Om Sri Advaitaya Svaha, Om Pandit Gadadhardhyaya Svaha, Om Shivasadibhyaya Svaha, Om Shri Rupaya Svaha, Om Sanatanaya Svaha, Om Bhaturaganataya Svaha, Om Sri Jivaya Svaha, Om Gopal Bhataya Svaha, Om Dasaraganataya Svaha, Om Krishnadas Kavaye Svaha, Om Narottamaya Svaha, Om Vishwanataya Svaha, Om Baladev Jagannataya Svaha, Om Satchinandana Bhakti Vinodaya Svaha, Om Babaji Shilagorikashodaya Svaha, Om Shrimati Saraswati Bhakti Siddhantaya Svaha, Om Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupadaya Svaha, Om Diksha Guruve Svaha, Om Chaitya Guruve Svaha, Om Shiksha Guruve Svaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Louder. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Mantrahinam kriyahinam bhaktihinam janadana yat puji debayalivam paripanam tarastume. Swaha. Aparar sahasrani kriyate hanisham maya dashaham iti mammatva shamasamarsurana. Swaha. Patishna tava govinda name bhakta panasete iti samsmritya prana samdaraham yaham. Swaha. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Om Keshavaya Namaha Swaha, Om Narayana Namaha Swaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha Swaha, Om Govindaya Namaha Swaha, Om Vishnave Namaha Swaha, Om Madhusudanaya Namaha Swaha, Om Trivikramanaaya Namaha Swaha, Om Vamanaya Namaha Swaha, Om Shridharaya Namaha Swaha, Om Rishikeshaya Namaha Swaha, Om Padmanabhaya Namaha Swaha, Om Dabadaya Namaha Swaha, Om Narayanaya Namaha Swaha, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Now, this will be the final offering you make into the fire. With this offering, this is when you give your supplication and prayer to get the blessing you're seeking from this ceremony. What is that blessing? To be strict in the following of your vows, to always be dedicated to the service of your spiritual master, and to always be dedicated to the service of Krishna. This is the time at which you make that. So everyone stand, take your bananas, place them behind your folded hands. All the audience members stand also. Namo Brahmanyadevaya Go Brahman Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Namo Brahmanyadevaya Go Brahman Hitaya Cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Swaha. Bicycle man is in 111. Swaha. Swaha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We'll now ask first just the initiates. Go around the fire 7 times. Good time. That's what we're going to do first.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Initiates.
That one more.
Yeah, everyone please sit down.
That ain't six.
Oh, we got one more. I'll have to see. That was the last one.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Okay. Okay, Bhakti and Sona. Sona, please. What are the 4 regular principles you're vowing to follow? Very good. And how many rounds of japa will you chant? Dale? Your new name is Yashoda Devi Dasi. So your husband is Nanda Kumar. Some people call him Nanda for short. If he's behaving like Nanda, Yashoda can deal with him in one way. If he's behaving like Nanda Kumar, Yashoda can deal with him in another way.
They're covered.
Mark Richie. What are the 4 regular principles you're promising to follow? And how many rounds of japa will you chant each day? 16 rounds. So, Richie's last name is Miele. Anyone speak Italian? What does that mean? Honey. Honey means honey. So in Sanskrit, the word for honey is madhu. And one of Krishna's friends who's very jolly and always joking is, so this is your new name, Madhu Mangaldas. So that concludes our yajna for this evening. And again, thank you very much. Now we'll have prasadam distribution, and our sincere thanks to one and all for coming. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Radha Shyama Sundara ki jai. Shri Krishna Balaram ki jai. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Jai Gaur Prema.
Hari Hari Bol!
But can you get those glasses off and have the ones from other Mark?
Where are they?
I don't know. Yeah, there's a bag here. Oh, you have it here.
Pouch.
Yeah, why did he find his glasses?
Yes, please. You can throw it into the fire, but you can mix them all together. No, then I'm not going to throw it. Ginger, there are some. Yeah, I was going to say, let me first dismiss everyone. There's still personalities present I haven't released yet. I'm just doing it. Yes.